Welcome to Milers Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is another episode of Blaster Chat. Today's topic is budget blasters. Okay. See, here's the thing. In 2023, the average cost for a decent hobby grade blaster, whether it be Worker, Dart Zone, or whatever, basically, or ZWQ, the average cost was about $200. Like this guy here. This is my Harrier, okay? This is a $200 blaster, okay? You can buy this blaster like out of Darts or wherever, And by the time you bought the 450 barrel and upgraded spring to make it do 300 or 280 or whatever, it cost you about $200. Well, that's great, but not a lot of people have just $200 just to drop on a blaster. So there are budget-friendly options. However, in 2023, there was only two budget blasters that were released the entire year of 2023. The X-Shot Long Shot Pro and the Outlaw. Okay, both of those had a price range of about $30 on them, which isn't bad. But for some reason this year in 2024, and it's just amazing the amount that I've seen, we've gotten a lot of budget blasters. And when I say budget, I mean price ranges of 50 United States dollars or less. Okay. And I've got a few examples here of the budget blasters that are out now, the ones that are easily obtainable. Most of these blasters are Dart Zone blasters. Now, that's a good thing. Dart Zone is a small company, but yet they understand pro performance and how people would like to have higher shooting blasters than anything that Hasbro offers. Okay, and when I say that, you'll understand. Now, there are a couple blasters here that I don't have, and the main reason is either A, I didn't want them, or B, they haven't become available to where I can pick them up yet. How's that? Okay, so let's begin. We'll start off at like the beginning of the year. And about April of 2024, I want to say, this blaster here, the Aeon Pro X, and this one here, the Nexus X, they both hit store shelves, okay? This blaster was $50 when it came out on store shelves. It did 200 FPS out of the box, which is phenomenal. This is a Dart Zone blaster. The only bad thing, like I said, is if you live outside the United States, you're kind of screwed, because then the prices become outrageously expensive, and that's just ridiculous, but it is what it is. So keep that in mind. It's because of geographical location for you guys other than anything else. Sorry. But as in the United States, this one did 200 FPS out of the box, which is great, and you could buy upgrade springs for it to make it do 230, 240, even 250. There was a few guys that got theirs to do like 280, 290 on bamboo darts. Couple guys that got well over 300 on bamboo darts or dragon darts or whatever, the lighter ammo, the hotter shooting ammo. Me, when I test, I always use 1 gram projectiles. It's just me. Okay, but this one came out in April of 2024. And then, so did this one as well. This one came out as well. This is the Aeon Pro X. This one shot 160 out of the box, which was pretty great. This blaster was $25. Okay, if you couldn't afford an Nexus, you could definitely afford an Aeon. You see what I mean? And for 160 FPS, for $25, it isn't bad. It's a great budget blaster. You could get upgrade springs to make this thing do over 200. With an upgrade spring in the base and upgraded barrel I have, and this is just the stock barrel from the Nexus Pro. I've lengthened my Nexus Pro barrel. But with this barrel added and a spacer, I'm getting right now an average of 210 FPS or more. And this is with no upgrade. This is just with a 1.5 inch spring spacer mod in it and the upgrade barrel. And I'm getting well over 200. Okay. But for $25, you couldn't beat this. Now, a couple months go by and we start seeing listings for other blasters. One of the blasters we saw was the X-Shot Pro pistol. I believe it's called the X-Shot Pro Fury. It's a bullpup pistol. Well, I like bullpup blasters. You know, I have a Lynx. I have a um, I have a bullpup Talon Claw. I have two X-Shot Pros. Well, actually, one now. One on the shell got stress cracks in it, and that was that. But needless to say, you know, but now the X-Shot Fury Pro came out, and we started seeing listings for it. And they popped up once on Amazon and went live for about 4 hours and then went down. I couldn't order it at that time. Is what it is. But that's a $15 blaster. You see my point? All these blasters I'm talking about are $50 or less. That's amazing. Okay? The X-Shot Fury Pro is just a bullpup Springer. You know, it's top prime for what it says. And it looks rather nice, but for $15, you can't beat it at that price. You know, and X-Shot is always known for making good budget blasters. Granted, hopefully they improve their plastic quality. Okay, so a little bit later moves on down the road, and we enter July. I like July. Okay, July came out, several pro blasters hit the shelf. This one did. This is the Striker 2.0. This blaster did 200 straight out of the box. This blaster also came with a drum if you wanted to use a drum. Granted, I'm not a fan of drums, so it is what it is. I prefer mags, so that's why I'm just keeping my mag adapter in it, and I won't use the drum. Actually, I threw away my drum, to be honest with you. This one with the spring spacer mod does about 230, and I tried to lengthen the barrel, and so did Ryan Burnell at Gims Mods, and we were only able to get 230 out of it. You know, and we started off at a 40 centimeter barrel and cut ourselves down to the point where you didn't need one, and it was like there was no point in it because all we were getting was 230 FPS or less. So we stopped doing that. But with a simple spring spacer, and what we used for spring spacers, I personally used the smooth worker inner barrel material. Well, if you cut that down to a 2 1/4 inch piece and you slide it in the stock of this blaster, you'll get 230. And it's not really a stiff prime or anything like that. You know, it's rather nice. But for $50, you know, it's just an off-the-shelf Springer that you can buy. It's a rather nice Springer, you know. So Dart Zone also decided to release this guy here. Now, out of all the releases, this is probably one of my favorite ones. This one and the Nexus Pro X. This is the Venom Pro. Okay, this is a flywheel powered pistol. Okay, it'll also take Nightingale mags, so that's a plus. You know, but as I said, a flywheel powered pistol. This pistol did, or at least mine did, about 130 out of the box, 120 to 130. Great little pistol. Right, this is full auto as well, so it definitely is a nice pistol to have. My only gripe was when we saw the original concept art for this blaster, and the art made it look like the blaster was about an inch or two longer than what it actually is. But I understand why, you know. I mean, the motors are right here, so the longer the barrel, you're going to have barrel drag on a flywheel power blaster, so I get that. But for $50 for a flywheel pistol, this isn't bad. And it runs on a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. I did say LiPo in my original video, and I'm very sorry for mispronouncing it. I apologize to the person that corrected me, or saw the need to correct me. But, you know, the Venom Pro also came with 2 magazines, and it came with these new nitro darts. I haven't seen the listing for the nitro darts yet, you know, but hopefully they're not going to be egregiously priced, because I know Dart Zone for their bamboos are pretty proud of them. You know, they're selling their bamboos for like $30 for 200, which is a little high in my opinion, considering you can buy a box of ZWQ bamboos for $15 all day long on Amazon. And it's a 200 count box compared to 200 bamboos for $30. Would you rather spend $15 or $30? Your choice. Now, next thing that came out was this guy here. This is the Nerf Pro Torrent, okay? Now, this and the Sender also came out at the same time. I didn't get the Sender because, to me, it reminded me of a cage fire, okay? And I've seen those. I wasn't really fond of it just because of the way they look. You know, it just wasn't my thing. So I picked up this guy here. This one's not bad. I actually do kind of like it. You know, and this one was $30. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, when they see it is that, oh my Lord, it's ugly. It's got a plastic barrel. It's got this. It's that. You're kind of missing the point. The point is, it's a $30 blaster. It does 150 FPS. This one did 156 right out of the box. You see what I'm saying? So you're kind of missing the point on that. You know, for 150 FPS for $30, that's right on par with any of the Dart Zone offerings or the Venom or anything, you know. But Nerf, being Nerf, they did a couple weird things this blaster. One, you really don't need this here on here, and I'm almost betting there's a way to make it side prime, kind of like the Nerf Helios, the rival Helios. So I'll be looking into that in the near future because I wouldn't mind doing that modification, just because this thing is just like really weird. But I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of cool. You know, the sender had problems. Okay. The problems with the sender is that sometimes the people that have gotten them have just said the triggers were really sticky. The rev trigger was terrible. The mags wouldn't fit right. Another guy said his flywheels were misaligned, and that'll cause the darts to whirly bird right out of the barrel and everything else. Typical Hasbro. Now, there were other blasters that were supposed to be released. There was a company called Siren, which put out the Knurl, which is like a pistol for like $20 or $30. That one actually showed up. Gims Mod has one. He said it's an okay blaster, but it's not the newest and greatest and won't set the world on fire. I wanted the bullpup version of that, the one that was $40. But that one never. But that one, when Siren sent out their letter stating, you know, all you that ordered from us, thank you for your order. But however, we're only shipping the pistol at this time. Well, I didn't order the pistol. I didn't want the pistol. You know, I saw the pistol as a non-issue. But they were like, well, the bullpup blaster and the flywheeler that they had, those are still not ready yet. Well, I got news for them. If they're not ready by the middle to end of August, I'll just cancel my order. I'm not worried about it. Sorry, guys. You know, I sat there and I figured you've been fondling my money long enough. But I mean, this year, truly, 2024 is the year of the budget blaster. Look at all the offerings that we've gotten so far: the Torrent, the Striker, the Venom, the Aeon Pro, the Nexus X. I mean, this year is really starting to shape up as the year of the budget blaster. Last year was known, in my opinion, as the year of the $200 blaster because all the decent offerings were at least $200. This year, $50 or less. Now this I can understand from a blaster perspective, you know, of $50, $60, you know, but keep in mind, I've reviewed blasters that cost anywhere from like a couple dollars all the way up to $500 and everything in between. And I'll be honest with you, these budget offerings are great for one reason: new people in the community. You know, because most new people, they're not going to want to go up and pick up a $200 Harrier or a $200 Kern or a Blase or a $500 Saber. You know, but yet they'll sure enough go up and pick up one of these and they'll take it to a game and they'll do okay. You know, and mostly, hopefully, they'll just have fun. Because that's what this community is about, having fun. You know, as far as my Striker, I haven't really seen any cosmetic kits that look nice. I might keep it as a 230 FPS sleeper. But it is what it is. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, the year of 2024 being the year of budget blasters. And until next time, this is Mahler's Mods signing off.